Yeah, what's going on, family? Shaman B Miles coming to you live once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. I actually want to come to y'all with another video, man, I actually want to talk about the Central Park 5 prosecutor, Elizabeth Lederer. She actually resigned, right? Now, they were saying that, Elizabeth Lederer resigns at Manhattan Assistant District Attorney, and she was a prosecutor that overturned the Central Park 5 conviction, and she resigned from the Columbia Law School where she served as a part-time professor. And they were saying that the black law students was actually, calling for her to resign because of what happened in the Central Park 5 case back in 1989, which is over 30 years ago. And ever since the series, people want to call it fictional, but this thing is actually real. And on the documentary called When They See Us, she was actually one of the main people that, that prosecuted those innocent young men. And, the black law students pretty much, when they saw that series, they was calling for her to resign. And she resigned this past Wednesday because, she was really feeling the heat about the whole entire case. And, that's when the whole conversation about the justice system, about identity law and race and stuff like that came about within the students. Because after when they seen that series, it really struck a chord with them about what this woman did, especially when it came down to young so-called black men, about these young men, being prosecuted in a case that they had nothing to deal with. And these young men, and I'm talking about these brothers right here, they served like 6-7 years, and they were like 14, 15, and 16 at the time over something that they had nothing to deal with. And the whole entire case was a setup. And it was a really big time case that happened in New York City. And that case happened 30 years ago, and here it is 30 years later. That case really still haunts them to this very day. And I'm glad that she resigned for the situation, because the black law students, they really took a stand when it came down to that situation. And especially when it come down to them young black students that they are working to becoming lawyers. And this situation about this Central Park 5 thing, it is definitely a very sad situation about how this whole entire criminal justice system is pretty much designed. It's pretty much designed to keep us in that prison and keep us in that cell. And this Central Park 5 thing, it is something about, it was definitely the fix was in. They wanted to put those young men in jail, And they really, it really breaks my heart when I think about this case of how they used the system and how they took young black men. And mind you, Donald Trump was the one that took out a front page ad talking about bring back the police, or these young men need to be hanged, or yada, yada, yada. When at the same time, you got these so-called coon-ass black conservatives who want to be coming to the defense saying that these men were guilty. How these men were guilty, but they were no type of evidence at all. They were young and they were innocent. But of course, the media and stuff like that, they wanted to paint them, in a really bad light. Why? Because that's the image that they wanted to put out there when it came down to these young black men. And my heart goes out to those young black men who went through that situation. Because I saw an interview with them. It was very, very sad that they had to go through something like that. And that was very traumatizing. But I had to come to y'all with this video, man, spread thoughts up on it, shed light up on the situation. I felt the need that y'all had to hear this subject. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. Always appreciate the love. And this your man B Miles coming to you live once again from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can donate at Cash App at cash.me/$BMiles8. And also at PayPal at www.paypal.me/BMiles84. And if you like, and also when you subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit the bell to get all of my notifications. Peace.